Hello, friends. I am happy to see you again. Today, we will explore the fundamental moral responsibility of transformative leadership, investigating and applying truth. We affirm that there are two twin moral responsibilities. The first is an unfettered search for truth and the acceptance of the truth that we have verified through our investigation. And the second is striving to coherently apply in all aspects of our lives the truth we have accepted. There is often discussion about the nature of truth. Some people are dogmatic and insist that we have the truth and everyone else must accept it. Rebelling against this dogmatism, others insist that truth is relative, that it does not exist, and that everyone has their own truth. We put the emphasis on the investigation of truth. We affirm that truth, in the sense of reality and universal principles, does exist, but our understanding of truth is relative and can always increase. We also consider it important to investigate two different kinds of truth. The first is contingent truth. Contingent truth relates to reality, to what is the starting point for any action. We can discover contingent truth through reflection on experience, or more formally, explore it through science or through investigation. Ideal truth also exists and refers to ideals, to what should be, to our vision or goal, to how we would like to see the world or a particular situation. Our vision needs to be imbued with universal principles, which can be discovered through reflection on experience. These principles have also been formulated in the sacred writings of the religions of the world. But how do we go about investigating truth? This story about the blind man and the elephant can help us to understand. Once there were 6 blind men who spent their days by the side of the road in India. And at a certain hour every day, they heard very heavy footsteps. And they asked themselves, "What is this? What could be making such a noise?" So one of the blind men thought, "I know what we can do. The next day, when the elephants come along, we can ask the boy who takes care of them to stop and let us touch the elephants. That way, we can have an idea of what an elephant is like." "What a good idea," said the rest. So the next day, as soon as they heard the footsteps of the elephants coming along, the blind man called out, "Boy, boy, can you stop the elephants and let us touch it?" However, one of the blind men was also lame. So he said to the rest, "You go and touch the elephant, and then come back and tell me what it is like." The other 5 blind men went and touched the elephant. The first one grabbed the trunk and exclaimed, "Aye, an elephant is like a snake." The second one was very short, and he bumped up against one of the elephant's legs and put his arms around it and said, "Now I know what an elephant is like. It is like a tree trunk." The third blind man came up to the elephant's large body and stretched his arms out to both sides and exclaimed, "Ah, an elephant is like a wall." The fourth blind man grabbed the tail and concluded, "An elephant is like a rope." And the 5th blind man touched the tusks and came to the conclusion that an elephant was like a pickaxe. They were all very happy because each one was sure that he now knew what an elephant was like. So when they came back to tell the 6th blind man, they all started out very enthusiastically. "An elephant is like a snake." "What?" Another exclaimed. "It's not like a snake at all. It's like a tree trunk." "No, it isn't. It's like a wall. It's like a rope. It's like a pickaxe." And all of the blind men began to argue among themselves, until finally the last blind man said to them, Unless we start listening to one another and trying to understand what each person touched, I think we will never get an idea of what an elephant is truly like. So, what does this story teach us about the investigation of truth? If we are going to investigate truth, we need to expose ourselves to new ideas and be open to them. We need to consult with those who see things differently than we do and try to understand their viewpoints. We need to avoid either blind acceptance or blind rejection of ideas. Rather, we need to see with our own eyes, critically analyzing and comparing new ideas with former ideas. Then, we can weigh the ideas and theories in the balance of the highest principles we know. Now, how do we go about investigating truth? First of all, through reflection, free from preconceived ideas on our own experience, what we observe, and the ideas of others. Weighing the new ideas that we have encountered in the light of scientific evidence and the principles to which we are committed. More formally, we can delve into science to investigate contingent truth and the holy writings of the different religions to investigate ideal truth. As a result, the investigation of truth helps us to better understand reality and to make better decisions by taking into account different perspectives of the truth of a situation.